Good morning, everybody. Hamjambo. It's cold, right? Distinguished leaders, innovators, ladies and gentlemen, the future will not belong merely to those who master today's technologies. It will belong to those who imagine, invent, and build the technologies that the world has not yet conceived, but which will one day redefine economies, transform societies, and shape the future of humanity. Today, technologies powering the world include artificial intelligence, robotics, quantum computing, biotechnology, advanced semiconductor physics, autonomous systems, space physics, and the next generation communications. Tomorrow, however, the technologies that will shape our lives may be those who we cannot yet even name. That is why talent development is no longer simply an education agenda. It is a national competitive agenda. Nations that cultivate innovators rather than mere consumers of technology will be the nations that will lead the 21st century. I am therefore delighted to welcome all of you to Statehouse this morning, and especially to celebrate a remarkable group of young Kenyans and their lecturers whose achievements have brought great honor to our republic. The 2026 Global Huawei ICT competition is the largest ICT skill competition in the world. It attracts more than 220,000 participants from over 2,000 institutions in more than 100 countries. Only 177 teams from 49 countries qualified for the global finals held in Shenzhen, China. I am immensely proud that all 3 Kenyan university teams returned home with global honors. The highest distinction came through our cloud truck team, which won the grand prize, the highest award in the competition and Kenya's first since joining the contest in 2019. Again, congratulations. Allow me to congratulate Kevin Tuwei, a lecturer at Tharaka University, together with Catherine Atieno of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, Brian Gugi of Mount Kenya University, and Salem Kim of Machakos University. Pongezi. Congratulations. Their achievement in cloud computing, artificial intelligence, big data, and digital infrastructure is a signal that Kenya possesses the talent required to build the cloud infrastructure, data centers, and artificial intelligence capabilities that will power our digital economy. I also congratulate our network truck team, which won second prize. Congratulations, Franklin Mutizia, a lecturer at Machakos University, together with Denzel Zinga of Multimedia University, Robert Wambua of Kenyatta University, and Joy Wairimu of Cooperative University of Kenya. Pongezi. Their expertise in networking, cybersecurity, and wireless technologies represents the very skills required to secure our digital infrastructure and build the digital superhighway upon which our economy increasingly depends on. I extend special congratulations to our outstanding all-women computing team. from Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, led by yours truly, Ms. Esther Wairimu, a lecturer, together with Joan Nkatha, Malane Minayo, and Faith Masonic. This exceptional all-women team won second prize and in addition received the prestigious Women in Tech Award. Pongezi. Can they stand for us to see that great team? Tuwapigie makofi. Look at that. Beautiful and sharp. Pongezi. I also recognize PC Kinyanjui Technical Training College, whose team became the first Kenyan TVET institution ever to qualify for the regional finals of this competition. Again, to my good friend Steve and your team, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, these achievements are not isolated successes. They are evidence that Kenya is steadily becoming one of the world's leading sources of digital talent. That confidence is reflected in the continued investments made by global technology companies in our country. Huawei has become a valued partner in developing digital skills through ICT academies. Again, to Huawei, congratulations. Microsoft has established its Africa Development Center in Nairobi. Amazon Web Services continues expanding its presence, while Apple and many other technology companies are partnering with Kenyan institutions to develop advanced digital capabilities. These partnerships complement the outstanding work being undertaken by our universities, including the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, University of Nairobi, Moi University, Strathmore University, the African Advanced Level Telecommunications Institute, and many other centers of excellence whose graduates are increasingly recognized across the world. As government, we have matched these partnerships with deliberate investment. Through our Digital Superhighway program, we have deployed an additional 37,000 kilometers of fiber optic, established hundreds of digital hubs, trained more than 1.9 million Kenyans in digital skills, and enabled creation of over 350,000 digital jobs. These are not just figures. These are people. And I'm very proud that in the last 3 years, we've scaled things up around the digital space. And it started with us as government. When I came into office, I said, we are a tech society. And therefore, we must move all our government services into a digital platform. I can proudly say today, 3 years down the road, that we had 350 government services on the digital platform. Today we have 25,000. And shortly, every government service, I think we are approaching 85, almost 90% of government services. Shortly, we will clock 100,000 government services. We also moved government payments. You know, people used to pay government services in cash and in other forms. Today, we have moved all government services to be paid on a digital platform. Again, because we are a tech society. And for us to continuously improve on our human capital, which I have built that it is the single most important asset that we have as a nation, our human capital. It is the reason why consistently we have invested in education, training, especially all the way to our TVETs and to our universities. If you check, this morning, we have advertised for another 20,000 teachers to add on to the 100,000 that we have already hired. Why? Because education is central to us equipping our human capital with what it takes to make them the best qualified asset that we have as a nation. As I talk to you, in Parliament, we have amendments to the Higher Education Loans Board program, again, that will now make it possible. And I said before, I will repeat again, it will now make it possible for every student placed in our TVETs and in our universities to get full funding for their courses. I have listened to Steve here, I have listened to Atieno and all the young people who are here. It is my commitment that each and every one of you who qualifies to go to a TVET or a university will pursue the course of your choice without the background of your parents influencing which course you do. It is not going to be dependent on whether your parents have the means. It will be dependent on your capacity and your talent, so that every child in Kenya gets an opportunity to be their best, irrespective of their social or economic background. It is the reason why our nation must make some bold steps into the future, confident that we can play in any league and we can compete with any nation. What you have achieved in this Huawei competition confirm to us that we can compete in any place with anybody. And I'm very proud of what you have achieved. We are investing in institutions that will anchor our knowledge economy for generations to come, including the Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, which I gave charter the other day, the rapidly growing Open University of Kenya, Konsa Technopolis, and internationally recognized innovation hubs that are positioning Kenya as Africa's capital of innovation. At the same time, we are creating the policy environment necessary for innovation to flourish. Our national cloud policy is operational. We are finalizing the National Artificial Intelligence Policy and the National Data Governance Framework. We continue strengthening cybersecurity, data protection, and digital governance so that innovation is matched by trust